My wife's doctor called. The phone vibrated against the kitchen counter. It was cutting through the hum of the fridge like a scream in a silent room. I glanced at the screen, an unknown number. My thumb hovered, hesitant, as a prickle of unease crawled up my neck. Hello. My voice sounded too loud in the empty house. This is Dr. Kessler from the clinic. A woman's voice said, clipped and professional, but with an edge that made my stomach twist. Is this Mark, Sarah's husband? Yes, I said, gripping the phone tighter. The air felt heavy, like the moment before a storm breaks. Is something wrong with Sarah? A pause, too long. I need to ask you something delicate, she said, her words careful, like she was stepping around broken glass. Did you know Sarah's been lying about her condition? My heart lurched, the room tilted, the edges of my vision blurring, as I leaned against the counter, the cold granite biting into my palm. Sarah, my Sarah, lying? About what? Her migraines? Her therapy? The endless doctor visits she'd been so vague about lately? What do you mean? I managed, my voice cracking like thin ice. Dr. Kessler's sigh was audible, heavy with something like pity. She told us you were aware, that you'd agreed to everything. But I need to confirm, Mark. Did you know she's been receiving fertility treatments? The word fertility hit, like a fist to the chest. My knees buckled, and I sank onto a stool, the wood creaking under my weight. Fertility treatments? We'd agreed years ago, no kids. Sarah had been adamant, her eyes fierce with conviction, as she said she didn't want to bring a child into her family's history of illness. I'd swallowed my own quiet hopes, buried them deep for her. Now, my mind raced, picking at fragments of the past few months. Her late nights at work, the hushed phone calls she brushed off with a smile, the way she flinched when I touched her unexpectedly. I know, I stammered. She never told me. My throat burned, the words tasting like ash. Are you sure? I'm sorry, Dr. Kessler said, softer now. I thought you knew. She's been coming here for months. She's pregnant, Mark. 8 weeks. The phone slipped from my hand, clattering onto counter. Pregnant. The word echoed, sharp and alien, slicing to the fog of shock. 8 weeks. I counted backward, my mind clawing at dates. 8 weeks ago, we'd been in a good place, hadn't we? Laughing over wine. Her head on my shoulder, the familiar warmth of her body pressed against mine. Or was that a lie, too? I stumbled to the living room, the hardwood floor cold under my socks. Sarah's scarf lay draped over the couch, a splash of red against the gray cushions, its faint lavender scent lingering like a ghost. I pictured her wrapping it around her neck, her smile bright but distant, like she was already somewhere else. How had I missed this? The way she'd started wearing looser clothes, the way her gaze would dart away when I asked about her day. Small things, easily dismissed, until now, when they screamed betrayal. The front door clicked open, and my heart stopped. Sarah stepped inside, her coat dusted with snow, her cheeks flushed from the cold. She froze when she saw me, her green eyes widening for a fraction of a second before softening into that practiced smile. "Hey, you're home early," she said, her voice too bright, like a light bulb about to burn out. I stood, my hands trembling. The doctor called. I said, the words low, dangerous. Her smile faltered, just for a moment, but it was enough. Guilt flickered across her face, raw and unmistakable. "Sarah, what the hell have you been doing?" She set her bag down slowly, her movements deliberate, like someone defusing a bomb. "Mark, let me explain." "Explain what?" I snapped, my voice rising, cracking with the weight of everything I'd held back. "That you're pregnant? That you've been lying to me for months? That you went behind my back to... I couldn't finish. The air was too thick, choking me with the image of her carrying someone else's child. Because it couldn't be mine. Could it? Her face crumpled, tears welling in her eyes. "It's not what you think," she whispered, stepping closer, her hands reaching for me. I flinched, and she stopped, her hands falling limp at her sides. "I didn't want to hurt you. I changed my mind. I wanted a baby. Our baby. Our baby." I laughed, a bitter, jagged sound. "Sarah, we haven't." I stopped, the math slamming into me. 8 weeks. The night we'd fought, when she'd come home late, smelling of whiskey and regret. She'd kiss me so fiercely, like she was trying to erase something. My stomach churned. "Whose is it?" I asked, my voice barely a whisper. Her silence was louder than any confession. She looked away, her lips trembling, and in that moment I knew. The truth wasn't in her words. It was in the way she couldn't meet my eyes, the way her shoulders slumped under the weight of her secret. "It was a mistake," she said finally, her voice breaking. "A colleague after a work event. I didn't mean for it to happen. I thought I could fix it, make it ours." The room spun. I wanted to scream, to shake her, to demand why she'd shattered us. But all I could do was stare at the woman I'd loved for 10 years, now a stranger standing in our home. "You thought you could lie to me forever?" I asked, my voice hollow. "I thought I could make it right," she sobbed. "I love you, Mark. I didn't want to lose you." But she already had. The realization hit like a blade, clean and final. I turned away, my eyes burning, and walked toward the door. The snow outside was falling harder now, blanketing the world in silence. I stepped into it, letting the cold swallow me whole, leaving her voice behind, a desperate echo in a house that no longer felt like mine.